My hands started shaking when I stood at the Model United Nations for my very first time. I wasn't a diplomat, I wasn't a politician. I was just a student. In that moment, I realized something powerful. I realized that I wanted my voice to matter because when young people speak, they don't just echo the past, they demand for a different future. And this is why I'm here to show you that how a single youth voice can change everything. All my life, I've heard one phrase repeated again and again. Youth are the future. This sounds inspiring, doesn't it? But the more I thought about it, it hides a contradiction. If we are told that we are the future, then who is the present? If we are the believers of the future, then who is the present? And if we're only the future, why are we facing through the consequences now? I feel that youth diplomacy is not just for the future, it's for today. Because when young people speak, they don't just echo the past. I realized something powerful, that youth diplomacy can be way far beyond history. Now, I'll tell you something. The first time he spoke, I started shivering, I started shaking, but somehow I got the confidence. Now, I'll tell you something. For the second time, when I started speaking, I was given a retake, and when I started speaking, I was so confident. Next, now I'll tell you the world I see. I live in a time where gyms are crowded with people building muscles, but minds breaking under stress are left alone. We applaud six packs but ignore panic attacks. We invest in treadmills but not in therapy. This shows us that we value our appearance more than our resilience. I have seen classmates who look strong on outside but they cry in silence. I have seen them smile in selfies but they just feel alone or feel left out. I'll tell you something else. We buy protein shakes for fitness, right? But after climbing 2 to 3 dozens of stairs, we just choke like we completed a triathlon. I live in a time where we are taught how to solve equations, but not taught how to solve conflicts. We spend hours memorizing formulas, but we spend almost no time how to control our anger, how to control our ego, our jealousy, and our misunderstanding. I have seen students ace their physics exams, but they struggle to say I am sorry when they make a mistake. I feel that true education should teach us both how to think and how to live. Now, I live in a time where alcohol is advertised on billboards, but therapy is spoken behind the closed doors. We make it easy to buy a bottle, but too hard to ask for help. We just feel embarrassed when we just talk to someone while we are in a huge stage, right? So, as we buy bottles, we show that our respect is gone fully. So, I feel that we should make our world a better place because if we make our world a better place, all people should will follow us. We are the role models for them. Now, I'll tell you something else. We celebrate independence every year, but we practice prejudice every day. Every Independence Day, people sing patriotic songs, give speeches about liberty, and they talk peacefully for their nations. But the very next morning, someone is judged for the clothes they wear, the language they speak, or the faith they follow. I have seen students who post patriotic posts online on social media, but they mock their own classmate for their accent or their behavior. I have seen neighbors who light fireworks for freedom, but they make fun of the other neighbors by insulting their courage or the faith they follow or the caste they live in. Contradictions are not just problems. Contradictions shape our society, shape young people, and shape young minds. Now, I'll tell you something else. We are taught how to solve equations, right? But what good is that we can solve equations but not solve conflicts? What good is that we can solve equations but not solve conflicts? What good is that we can balance equations but not balance relationships? I feel that independence should not just be from occupation, independence should also be from hate. Independence should be everywhere. If there is independence, our world will live in peace. Contradictions shape our society. Contradictions are something that they make us feel pressurized, and contradictions also shape our lives. Now, I'll tell you something. where people buy alcohols, people just advertise it on billboards, but all these contradictions are a mirror. Exam crushes students every year, but we only celebrate the toppers. Temples are full, but streets are unsafe. And here's another contradiction. We are told we are the future, but we are rarely trusted with the present. And now I'll share you my experience in the Model United Nations. Before going to the Model United Nations, I was feeling so overconfident. I was like, come on, it's just something. You just give a speech, you just read a script, you just deliver it, and it's done. You just get the Best Delegate Award. But when I went for training, I realized that everything was a vice versa. When you participate in a Model United Nations, you don't just speak anything. You have to research, you have to study, and you have to understand people. I was representing the country often misunderstood, often judged, and often isolated. This country was Iran. Iran is a country often judged, and I didn't just try to understand Iran's politics, I tried to understand Iran's culture, Iran's rich history, and its people. Because understanding people is the best way. Then I went up online, I searched for Iran's people and its culture. My perspectives changed. I was totally shocked. All of them were giving different perspectives from the news channels, which changed my ideas and my thoughts. Contradictions shape our society, but contradictions are also the opportunities to question, to challenge, to inspire, and to spark the change between the people. And these contradictions are not just something where you get depressed or something else. Contradictions can give you opportunities where you can go, talk, solve conflicts. If I was given a chance by the government of India, I would conclude with three things. Firstly, every youth should have a seat in the parliament representing some problem or an issue which makes perspectives include in the parliament. Secondly, all schools around India should introduce a subject called dialogue and democracy, where people don't just try to understand what's going on or just passing their exams, but they try to solve conflicts around the world. Thirdly, all these districts should build a youth forum where people discuss about several problems and they solve the conflict. Contradictions are something which shape our society, as I told. Then we are the ones who are encouraging the people to do wrong stuff in social media. We just scroll through reels, we do doom scrollings, and we don't study. If I'm not wrong, social media is a distraction for people. We should stop using social media. I'm not telling that we should completely stop social media, but we should limit social media, because if we limit social media, we are highly concentrated. And at last, look at the history. Youth movements have inspired people and sparked the change. Youth movements, like people in other countries, they have sparked revolutions and sparked change. Thank you.